Hello everyone, in this session I am going to explain Restoration Age with start from 1660. As we see in our previous video of Puritan Age, in 1625 Charles I became the king, but Charles I was a lavish king and this infuriated public. Those who were regularly motivated by Puritans told everyone that Charles I is not the divine king because his conduct is very lavish and he has illegitimate affair. Public revolted against Charles I, which resulted the closing of theatre in 1642. A civil war started in 1642 that lasted after 7 years in 1649, and Charles I was publicly beheaded. 1649 to 1660 Puritan Empire took place, and in 1658 the protector of Puritan Empire Lord Cromwell died. After 1658 Cromwell's son was not the competent person to defend the Puritan Empire. Public was bored of Puritan extremities because Puritans blocked all types of celebration, functions, wines, good dresses, etc. etc. Public got fed up and they requested Charles II to come back and attack on England. Charles II attacked on England in 1660 and many of Puritans could not defend. Then finally Charles II took control of England once again, which is called restoration of monarchy. When Charles II became the king, he realized the mistake of his father Charles I, and being a smart king, he launched certain rules. In 1661, he launched Corporation Act. This act was passed, and according to this act, all the members of municipal corporation and government sectors were told to get a license from the state church, so their religious creed will be revealed and they will be true to the king. Means the church would give the license to public after making them swear on the name of Bible that they will never revolt against the king as they did in the timing of Charles I. Act of amnesty, who will never go against the king will be pardoned. In 1662, the Uniformity Act was passed, according to which Charles II launched a common prayer book which has a Protestant literature and religion. Because Charles II was a secret Catholic, as seeing the majority of public, those who were mostly Protestant, he declared himself to be a Protestant. In 1664, the Conventional Act was passed, according to which the private meetings of Puritans were banned. Charles II and his supporters tried to ban Puritans. Charles II had also illegitimate children and affairs and did not have any legitimate son, so public had realized that after Charles II, James II, who is the brother of Charles II, will become the king. Public didn't want him to be the king because James II was our Catholic person. So public brought exclusion bill in the parliament in 1679. In this, they requested that James II should be excluded from the succession. But Charles II wanted to get rid of this idea. He abolished the parliament and became the dictator. This was not like my Monmouth, and in 1685 he rebelled. Monmouth rebellion in 1685 against the James II. In 1685, Charles II died his natural death, and immediately James II automatically became the king. Charles II had many illegitimate sons. One of them is Duke of Monmouth. He supported the exclusion bill, and Duke of Monmouth was supported by Earl of Shaftesbury. This we see in story of Dryden also. In 1685, Charles II died and his natural death, and immediately James II automatically became the king. Being over Catholic, he removed all the clergies, professors, and doctors, popes, and he appointed Catholic popes into their place. This infuriated public, and after 3 years, in 1688, they requested James II's son-in-law, William, uh, to come and fight. He attacked England, and James II realized that he had the support of public and he is not able to fight back. He left the throne and ran away. In 1688, William III or William of Orange became the king. This revolution of public is called Bloodless Revolution. It is also called Glorious Revolution. William III belongs to the France, so the King of France, Louis XIV, asked William to pay tax. But William denied. He said, I am invited by the public and the whole property and land belongs to me. So a fight took place between France and William. France attacked on England in 1694, and then in 1697 they formed a treaty was Peace of Ryswick. After this, William III and others they formed a treaty and started paying taxes, and after few years William III died. There were no king to rule on England. Seeing this, Spanish king, those who had relation with people, they requested to take control of English empire, but the parliament and ministers they denied. Then Spanish people attacked England, which is called War of Spanish Succession. They started in 1701 and ended in 1713. Seeing this war, the ministers they immediately appointed Princess Anne as the next queen, and the timing starts 1702 to 1714, and this whole timing is called neoclassical or the age of Augustine. That we will age about the age of Augustine we will study in our next video. Now see restoration writers. After Charles I's execution, his son was kicked out and he went to France to his relative. There were a lot of courtier, cavalier writers and other followers of Charles I who left England and went to France. These writers they came in contact of French literature and they got inspired by Molière and Corneille. These writers inspired them to write restoration comedies and tragedies. Restoration comedies are inspired by Molière and the restoration tragedies are inspired by Corneille. The subject of restoration literature is marriage, game of love, love triangle, seduction, bad wrecks. The first writer is John Dryden, whose time is 1631 to 1700 as a poet. He is the most opportunist person as he could change his religion accordingly. He was born Puritan. He celebrated death of Cromwell when he wrote heroic stanza in 1659, and then in 1660 Charles II became the king, so he welcomed the Charles II with the work Astrea Redux, means star re-established, and he also wrote on his scared majesty to pray Charles II. He became poet laureate in 1668, and in 1671 he became the historiographer of England. Here John Dryden started celebrating all the national events and wrote a work called Annus Mirabilis. The English title of the book is Year of Miracles. Here he celebrated three important details and dates called 1665 Great Plague. In that 2 lakh people were died in Plague of London, and 1666 Great Fire of London, and 1667 the defeat of the Dutch fleet. To praise Charles II, he wrote a work, The Medal, which was published in 1680. But this work was criticized by Thomas Shadwell, and Shadwell criticized Dryden's work by writing the Medal of John Bayes. This is the reason when Dryden replied Shadwell by writing Macflana. Macflana is a satire which is also called a personal satire, which means lampoon. Here, Shadwell was criticized by Dryden. Dryden says that once the most stupid scholar of 15th century, Richard Flatnoy, when he became bored of his life and he thought, who will be the emperor of the empire of stupidity? He looked his sons and found Thomas Shadwell most ideal son. Mac means son, Flatnoy is Richard, and opening lines are very important, which are all things are subject to decay, and when fate summons, monarch must obey. Charles II saying the condition of Poppy's plot when he was criticized by public, and public brought exclusion bill to remove James II from the succession. In 1679, Charles II requested Dryden to write something to pacify the public. Dryden wrote Absalom and Achitophel, which was based on Bible, where Charles II was introduced as King David. Absalom became Duke of Monmouth and Achitophel became Earl of Shaftesbury. It is a political allegory that deals with the problem of that day. Absalom is the illegitimate son of Charles II, and Achitophel the person who supported Duke of Monmouth to be the king, and King David is Charles II, and Duke of Buckingham who supported Charles II called Jimri. He also wrote two artificial lyrics, Power of Music. It is also called Alexander Feast and Ode on the Saint Cecilia's Day. It is a celebration on Saint Cecilia Day, the goddess of music. Here Dryden says that the world itself has been created by the music. The opening lines are very important. Harmony from heavenly harmony. Here he compares the god of music, Jubal, with the goddess of music, Saint Cecilia, and proves superiority of Saint Cecilia. He gives an example that whenever the god Jubal would play the music, the plants, trees, the forest, they would uproot themselves and follow the singer. But when Saint Cecilia played mouth organ, even the god, they became on the earth. The next famous writer of Restoration age is Samuel Butler, whose time is 1612 to 1680. His famous work is Hudibras. It is a prose Puritan satire. Here Butler has satirized Puritans. King Charles II gave cash award to the writers, and Hudibras is based on a Spanish book called Don Quixote. Don Quixote is written by here there is a person who is promote in words but not in deed. He thinks himself to be a warrior of certain clan and pretend to be a king or warrior who has taken the responsibility to change the world. The king made it mandatory to carry a copy of the book for the courtyard. The next writer is Thomas Hobbes, whose time is 1588 to 1679. His famous work is Lucian, which was published in 1651. It is just a political work and also deal with the geological aspect of the country. It is the first one of the book in literature that studies the political condition of nation and involving the geological conditions, which is presently called geopolitics. The next writer, John Locke, his work is an essay concerning human understanding, which was published in 1690. Here he talks about the human nature, human life, how human beings were function, what kind of learning is accepted by human, and what is the role of the surrounding. Here he discussed the concept of tabula rasa. It is a Latin term which means blank slate. In the whole work, John Locke did not use the blank slate word, he used tabula rasa. Tabula rasa stands for the mind. He says when a baby is born, his mind is totally blank. Baby doesn't know about the world, so the message is that it is up to the surroundings how it develops and his future perceptions, etc. Tabula rasa becomes important in empiricist philosophy. Empiricist philosophy propounded by Plato, Aristotle, Bentham, Bacon, John Locke, T.S. Bell, and empiricist philosophy says that all knowledge should come through observation, experiences, and experiments. And now we see John Dryden as a dramatist. In previous, we see John Dryden as a poet. His famous work as a dramatist is Wild Gallant. Wild Gallant in 1663 is the first published work of Comedy of Manner. Then he has written The Indian Queens, The Rivalries, The Indian Emperor, and Aurangzeba. He has written All for Love, Conquest of Brenda, and Lord Sebastian. All for Love is based on Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra episode The Last Scene, except the last scene. The next writer is Thomas Otway. His famous book is Venice Preserved, which was published in 1676, and The Orphan, which was published in 1680. Here, a person is called Acestio. He is a father. His elder son called Calysto and younger son Polydon. These all are in love with a girl, Monimia. The three soft stroke signal is a famous signal of Restoration age. His subtitle of the story is The Unhappy Marriage. The next writer is Nathaniel Lee, whose time period is 1653 to 1692. His prominent works are Nero. It is a dealing with the Roman king and the rival queens. Subtitle is The Death of Alexander the Great. This tragedy is written in rhythmic heroic couplet. Here Lee has copied the style of Dryden. The next writer is Nicholas Rowe, whose time is 1674 to 1780. Rowe was made poet laureate in 1715. He has written biography of Shakespeare and he is famously called the first modern editor of Shakespeare. Nicholas is the writer who is famous for the tragedies, woman-oriented tragedies, means she tragedies. His famous works are Ambitious Stepmother, The Tragedy of Jane Shore, and The Tragedy of Lady Jane Grey. Now we see about Restoration comedies. Here we differentiate between comedy of humor and comedy of manner. So let's have a look first of comedy of humor. It was an ancient belief that every man body has 4 different types of hormones or fluids, and any kind of disbalance between these hormones or fluids will create a comedy by some personal disorder, means comedy by appearance. And comedy of manner is, it is not related to the gesture of the person, it is simply related to the words, language and language timing. Sometimes they use repartee, witty remain, and sometimes they use double entendre, double meaning talks. It conveys wrong message sometimes, or they sometimes talk about lampoon, personal satire, comedy by words. The next writer is William Congreve, whose time is 1670 to 1729. His prominent works are The Old Bachelor, which was published in 1693, The Double Dealer, which was published in 1694, Love for Love, which was published in 1695, whose characters are Valentine, Miss Brew, and Angelica. The only tragedy written by the Restoration great comedian is The Morning Bride, whose quotation is, "Music has charm to soothe a savage breast." Act 3, Scene 8. Heaven has no rage like love to hatred turn, nor hell a fury like a woman's scorn. And next work is The Way of the World and The Morning Bride, which was published in 1697. The next writer is George Atheridge, whose time is 1635 to 1691. His famous work is Comical Revenge, which is also called Love in a Tub. Next book is Man of Maud, which is published in 1704. Title of Man of Maud is Sir Fopling Flutter. Dory Mint is the hero, but Fopling Flute is the comedian. The next writer is William Wycherley, whose time is 1640 to 1715. His famous work is Love in a Wood. Plain Dealer, based on French comedy writer Molière, Country Wife, which was published in 1675. It is not only the obscene work, but it has a famous scene called a China scene. It has sex jokes, plot triangles, and Horner. Here is a character Horner pretend to be important so he can safely evolve in the company of ladies and continue his affair with married women. This was a cheap comedy, but this was a satire on Puritan. In China scene, hero is talking to someone which is taken by the old lady in very obscene way, and they make the double meaning of these talks. The next is The Gentleman Dancing Master, which is also a famous work of William Wycherley. The next writer of Restoration Age is John Weinberg, whose time is 1664 to 1726. He has written a replays, which is a comedy. This comedy is sequel to a look written by Collie Keeper, wrote Love Slash Shift, which is also called Virtue Rewarded. And Jeremy Collier, he was a clergy and he did not like the concept of restoration comedy of manner, especially the open city. Then the film writer Jeremy Collier wrote a pamphlet to criticize the restoration literature, and the pamphlet was a short view on the immorality profances of English stage, got published in 1697. He criticized the nine writers, which are John Webber, Congreve, Wycherley, Dryden, and when the book was published, only Dryden pleaded guilty. He criticized first John Webber, then Congreve, Wycherley, and then Dryden. In Restoration Age, there are two diary writers also. The first is Samuel Pepys. His diary was discovered in 1825 and published in 1970 and got published in 1983. His diary deals with the time from 1660 to 1669. In his diary, he dealt with famous things. For example, he talks about Plague of London 1665, Great Fire of London. When the Great Fire took place, he was top of the castle and he says flames were as high as they were kissing the sky. Samuel also attended the funeral of Charles I as a schoolboy at the age of 15. He talks about the influence of Cromwell and then he talks about the condition of civil war. He talks about Shakespearean influence on restoration literature. He himself attended the Shakespeare plays and he criticized two comedy. Twelfth Night was criticized by Pep. He says most silly play not related to the date and the person. He watched Midsummer Night Dream and criticized it by saying the most ridiculous play I have ever seen. The next writer is John Evelyn. He is primarily known for two books, Sylvia and Terra, published in 1830. These are the first books written on the plantation or the discourse on the forest trees. So here he discusses on the botanical point of view. He studies plantation, trees, their lives and their importance, etc. The next is Lady Hatrim. She supported the Republican career of her husband and reflected that her husband did right in joining Republican cause. Here also political writings came into existence in Restoration time, which was written by William Baldwin, Power of Love in 1643. It talked about universal brotherhood, which was supported by W.H. Auden. Then James Harrington, whose famous work is Commonwealth of Olympia, which was published in 1656. He praised the Commonwealth Empire of Cromwell. People who supported Cromwell and Puritans, they wrote pamphlet for them, and who supported king or parliament wrote for them. Some of them were Henry Ireton, Thomas Rainbow, John Gisborne. They were fighting against the oppression of poor natives and writing pamphlets against the king or tormentation. Charles Lamb called Restoration literature artificial literature. So that's all about the Restoration literature. In the next video, I am going to explain Neoclassical age or Augustan age. If you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.